Coach Nichol, it seems like you guys brought in a bumper crop of wide receivers. What have you seen from those guys through the first couple days?
Yeah. Shoot, we could still use more. As much as we throw it. Their attitude's been pretty good, which is the biggest thing. We just talk about attitude and effort, and the plays will come and all that stuff will take care of itself. We just got to have a good attitude and good effort. But they're buying in as a group. It's been pretty fun.
Those guys who are so seemingly physically dominant at such a young age, do they come in with more confidence than your other average receiver? Or?
I guess. Maybe no different. You hope you can recruit good, and you always. Sometimes as coaches, the first couple of days, you kind of look at each other and like, all right, were we right on this guy? And I think we're pretty happy with all these receivers. We don't feel like we missed, so to speak, in recruiting. You know what I mean? So now, how soon that they can contribute on Saturdays, we're too far off to tell at that point. But it is funny. They look so big and good, but you still forget they're barely 18 and getting coached and weight room and how to eat and everything. And so it's just a process, but we like what we have to work with. There's no doubt.
Well, what sort of look are you getting from the DBs?
A good one. They're well coached and they play hard. They're a good group of guys, and I haven't worried a lot about who's our best one, who's our, what number is him, what's his name, but they're competing like we are, and they've made a bunch of plays too.
On both sides of the ball in that wide receiver defensive back battle, are you willing to let them be a little more handsy than they maybe could be in a game just to?
As an offensive coach, I do. Yeah. Just because they might not call it in the game, and the harder it is for us to get open in practice, maybe that helps us in a game. We're going to go against some good DBs in the Pac-12, so I don't mind if they grab.
Just because I know you do a little work with the quarterbacks as well. It seems like Tyler Hylinski's made some significant strides since spring, and even in his throwing motion mechanics. And a detective would say, well, he must have put a lot of work in the offseason.
Yeah, no, he had a really good summer. It's easy when you have. I think initially there's Luke's our guy. But what he's done is bought into what Coach Leach preaches, which is just compete with yourself. Don't worry about who the starter is. Don't worry about who the backup is. You get better, okay? And that's my dog right there. You get better, and that's what Hylinski did this summer. I'm not worried about who our starter may or may not be. I'm just going to get better, and he improved. Yeah, you can tell. There's no doubt you can tell he's put the work in, which is fun. That's what you want.